All right, let's see here. Seeing if we can get everything set up for the chat to be here. Show comments on the screen. Give folks a little bit of time to get and hear from YouTube. Hey, moderator, how you doing? We're checking the sound and everything, making sure everything is clear. If you could give me a thumbs up in the chat. And if you can let me know, am I facing up? Can you read what's on the card? Or is it in reverse? I can never tell. I might need to flip my camera over. Sound is great. Okay, what about readability? All right, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so hello, it's been a minute. My name is Joelle and I am the Viberarian. I am here to elevate, enlighten, and empower. And that's my daily undertaking. And when I come on to share, it's because I hope that something I've experienced, learned, or stumbled across will also help you along your journey. So this is my time to do in the cards. This is my love. I love cartomancy or card divination. As you can see from behind me, I have a Viberary full of materials that I can refer to when I need to do readings. So I was really strongly guided today to come on to do a message. I had one that I think I had an opportunity to deliver a few days ago, but I think it has shifted now because I got a whole different energy from what it was. I'm assuming that particular message will circle back around because nothing is ever lost, but definitely I got a shift today. So it's interesting because it wound up being a line for me to do this at 555, which is a number about change, change, change. Okay. And as I was getting ready to come on and put the information, I heard summertime, time to go, summertime. All right. So I don't want to get any copyright violations, but if you have heard American popular music, then you should easily be able to hear that song in your head. And you can also Google the lyrics to get a sense of it. But it was just this really excited energy about summertime and excitement. And so I can't wait to see what messages want to come through today. So I've got lots of things coming in. All right. I believe that it is full moon in Capricorn. Moderator, could you check for me to see when the full moon in Capricorn, if it was just coming up or we just passed it? For whatever reason, that energy has come forward. Maybe I saw some other YouTubers who had it in their titles. And yes, I would like to know if it was that, because what I was guided is to pull out the Moonology deck because I don't know what the full moon in Capricorn is about. Now I know what Capricorn is, a zodiac sign. I kind of know a little bit about it, but in the moon cycle, this deck Moonology talks about it. The full moon in Capricorn says the end of a tough cycle approaches. All right. So if it's ending some struggles and challenges and it's time to go and that everything is growing and sunshiny and empowered going from here forward, I can definitely receive that. So we've got this Monday, June 29th. Thank you, moderator. Let me put that up on the screen. At 7:56 p.m. All right. So the end of a tough cycle is approaching. And yes. All right. So full moon in Capricorn, summertime, time to go. The first part of that lyric says, like, here it is. Let me just go ahead and look it up here because I don't want to butcher it. Here it is, the groove slightly transformed, just a bit of a break from the norm. Okay, so whatever is getting ready to shift, like I feel guided, that was emphasis on that particular lyric, a slightly transformed. All right, so if we have been going through this tough cycle and we're getting ready to transform out of the turbulent energy, and we're going to create something new out of it, something slightly transformed, a bit of break from the norm. I'm excited about that. Now, also, when I opened this deck to begin using it, the card that was on the top out of all the cards were turned the other way was the full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. Okay, so these two together, a fire and earth, that's like a really interesting energy to have come forward. So I want to see what the book guidance says about the full moon in Capricorn. So let me find that in here. It's on page 86, which is a 14. I love that. That's one of my power numbers. God winks, as a friend of mine says. Okay, so how hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may about to become to a head when this card comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. Summertime, time to go. Okay, that's interesting. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card could be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. Attune to the moon, release control, and trust the universe. Additional messages are a professional project could be ending now, or admit if you have been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed, or find a balance between your personal and private lives, or it's time to stop fearing the worst. Woo, I can receive that. The full moon in Capricorn has a very strong work ethic and energy and will more than likely come up when you're asking a professional question. If your question is about another matter, it will serve as a much needed reminder to move through any feelings of hopelessness you may have been feeling about your situation. And this applies no matter when you draw this card. Make a plan because it is far better use of your time. Okay, so any worry, feeling that transform, a bit of break from the norm, a bit of break from the heaviness and the things that are on your mind. If you know that you're carrying a lot at work, know that the end of that cycle is coming and it's going to be time to go and to have a lighter, more vibrant reality experience. All right, so the full moon in Aries card says, it's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me, me, me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rough or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your own way out too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Okay, so we are going to create our own solution to the things that are bothering us and that are not right and not aligned. And so that cry for balance and for all parts of the self to be recognized and to be safe, secure, and have the sovereignty to exist, That is like the higher frequency, a transformation from a bit of the norm. Okay. And it says here to when this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. We also know that we are in the middle of a space weather cycle. If you look at channels like Stefan Burns and Suspicious Observers, you can follow the solar weather and they will talk about what kind of planetary influences we're getting from the sun's coronal holes and sunspots that are facing us. And that's where you can keep up with things like the earthquake and the storm changes. Those are also impacting us as individual beings on a planet that is impacted. Our own bodies can experience this same turbulence. So, there are fiery energies coming that we need to be aware of. When we attune to the moon in this energy, be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. This is a bit of a break from the norm, right? This is slightly transformed. This is being kind first rather than being fearful and self-serving. It says if you are in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughshod over anyone. Don't be a baby, and you need to have more fun. The teaching in this card says the full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may be ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. Okay, all right. So we are guided to be light and excited and kind as this change and this time to go comes. So I'm seeing where we're going with this. All right. So I was guided to pull 1, 2, 4 other decks. So we are going to go ahead and move through these. And as I said, five little decks. Okay, we're going to move through these fast, but this is what I was guided to bring forward for this specific message. So I'm very excited to see what it is. So this deck is called the Power to Transform, which I am now understanding, of course, why that would be one of the picks. The Power to Transform deck, this is one that I got in Sedona, Arizona, and it's a spiritual journeys to transform your life. So one of the cool things about this deck is if you have it, it has 3D glasses, and then the images look different when you put the cards on it, when you view the cards through it. So if somebody in the chat would like to pick a number between 1, 2, or 3, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. They're oversized cards, so it's kind of awkward. 1, 2, or 3 for the transform guidance for the collective. As we know, a fiery climax is approaching and the end of a tough cycle as well. Give me a 1, 2, or 3. All right, we got a 3. I'll put that up on the screen as soon as I get that. Oh, beautiful. Okay. All right. You will see how big these cards are. Okay. Pile number 3, the first card is Freedom of Flight. Okay. So we are talking about a transfer, the power to transform, the freedom to flight. Look at those beautiful flowers. And it's like a Grand Canyon or somewhere out in the West Natural Park and the Eagle here. Oh, it's there's cactus, so it's probably like Sedona itself. I don't know. This is beautiful. So this card says freedom of flight, overcome family dysfunction, Break free of your safety net. Take responsibility for your own life path. Freedom of flight illustrates the transformation that occurs when we examine our family beliefs and triumph over dysfunction and physical problems. The eagle has freed himself from familial ties that bind him and is manifesting a new solo flight. The dragonfly represents this transformation. Journey into this blazing desert canyon alive with rock spirits and animal guides. Examine your beliefs about yourself and how your family has influenced them. Take responsibility for your own thoughts and actions. Determine what kind of life you want to create for yourself. The beliefs you choose to become your new reality, and that creates an energy field around you. This field protects you by allowing only information consistent with your new beliefs into your life. Release negative beliefs about yourself. Improve limiting health challenges. Allow positivity to break through your filter. Focus this energy on your new choices, which will reflect in your outer world. As you grow in awareness, attract people and circumstances in your life that are in alliance with your belief. Take positive action towards your goals. Time to go, summertime, time to go. Take positive action toward your goals. If you've drawn this card, you're being called to challenge your perception, overcome physical challenges, and take positive action on your own path. All right, let me see if I can give you a close-up of this card here. We're being called to change our perceptions, overcome physical challenges, and take positive action on our own paths. Okay, I received that. The second card from this is the Grand Trine. All right, look at this card here. Let me see. I'll show it to you in stages so I can get it to come through. Like I said, these cards are very, very artistic. And when you can see them with the 3D, it's totally amazing. So observe the drama of your trap. Create a plan to rescue yourself. Okay, summertime, time to go. You know, I'm laughing, but I'm also not laughing because I just took out my go bag. And that's my little bag that I keep, you know, that's supposed to be my get ready to go. It's got medicine in it, walking shoes, and all that kind of stuff. And I pulled it out because I was like, I need to figure out if I can still wear my go clothes. Because I haven't looked at it probably for like 5 years. So, yeah, I definitely may not be able to go as far as I'd hope with my go bag. So, I guess this is part of my own message in a fun way for my guys, you know, to continue to say, go ahead and check and make sure that you have the things you need. So, if it's time to go, you'll be ready to go. So, okay. Create a plan to rescue yourself. Receive 3 confirmations from your guides to light up your path. Okay, number 3, receive 3 confirmations. Okay, I see how spirit is going. Receive 3 confirmations from your guides to light up your path. The Grand Trine encourages us to view our dilemma, analyze and plan a new strategy, and watch for signals as our guides light our path. The magical being at the bottom of the waterfall has witnessed the rescue of the baby ram trapped on the ledge. Okay, baby ram trapped on the ledge. I don't know where that is in the picture. But ram is a sign of Aries, okay? She then has rescued the baby kitten ensnared in a tree. Finally, her own higher guides have rescued her despairing inner child. She has received 3 confirmations from her guides for transformation. I'm going to back that up. The magical being at the bottom of the waterfall has witnessed the rescue of the baby ram trapped on the ledge. She then has rescued the baby kitten ensnared in a tree. Finally, her own higher guides have rescued her despairing inner child. She has received 3 confirmations from her guides for transformation. Journey into this primordial canyon where shimmering lights create a magical ambiance. Your inner child is highlighted as waterfall droplets dance around you, spewing off glistening sparkles. Sense any entrapping emotion creating a buildup of fear and despair. Aloud and with great passion, ask your guides to break free and transform this energy into a focused endeavor. Become the observer and watch for signals and synchronicities from the universe to give you direction. 3 green lights indicate proceed. Yellow means caution, delay, needing clarification. Red says stop and wait. Surrender, listen, and wait patiently for clear directions. Believe you will succeed, take action, and dance in the light of your new dreams. Okay, you can use that system then as showing you that you can use the red light, yellow light, green light. If you tap in with your inner guidance and feel, you can ask yourself like, okay, what's my red gonna be? And it could literally be a traffic light popping into your head that will show you. As long as you agree that that's a language you and your guides will use, then it will become part of your own particular code. So I think that's interesting because it's saying, proceed, be caution, go ahead, summertime, time to go. So we can follow and see the flow state of where we're supposed to slow down, stop, or proceed. So it says, if this card has been drawn, you are being called to transform any dilemma. Take action when 3 green lights guide your path to success. So you could say, give me the green light. Okay, like that song, I'm ready to go right now. I'm hearing the song, give me the green light. Okay, so we've got freedom of flight, breaking free, and paying attention to things in 3s that tell us to go or stay. Okay, so our next deck was the Oracle of Portals. So I was like, if we're going through a portal, I want to know what this portal is about. So we're transforming, and then we're going through a portal from a transform of the norm, a break from the norm into something else. So let's talk about this portal here. I think we should stay with number 3 since we're on the trine. So I'll go ahead and pick that here after I give my customary 3 shuffles. Okay, so 3, top or bottom? Which card do we want from pile number 3? Top or bottom of pile number 3, community choice here. Top, all right. Hey, Dr. Tracy, good to see you. Oh, I should have known with the Capricorn full moon being the conversation. This is my Capricorn representative, my designated Cappy representative, Dr. Tracy J. Okay, so the top card, wow, this is so funny. This is actually the card that is the deck back. All right, and here we are going through these gates through this portal, and it is number 6, sunrise. Okay, it's such a blessing when my eyes get to see the sunrise. I'm ready to begin a further step away from where I've been. Okay, so come and get some soul food by Goody Mob. Let me pull those lyrics up here. It's so funny because everyone who is visiting Atlanta for the World Cup and different places in the South is talking on YouTube about how good soul food is. And the feeling that when they just take that first bite is so entertaining just to watch them uh, get just so ecstatic about Southern food. But I can't disagree with them because I've lived in the South for 30 years and you know, it's just part of the culture that's good, and it's beautiful to see other people introduced to it. So, okay, there's something with that. Like, there's a universal thing of being able across cultures that say things like food and family and the nourishment that soul food represents, and adventure and travel and newness. That's a common language. And we're seeing people here expressing it for the World Cup with unity in this World Cup where everyone loves the sport and is unified into this collective action. So I guess all of that needed to come through. But the lyrics in Soul Food, it says, it's such a blessing when my eyes get to see the sunrise. I'm ready to begin another get further away from where I've been. Okay, so I see where we're going because we're taking a bit of a break from the norm to transform. All right. And it says, he says that it's like he'll never forget anything he went through. He appreciates that because if he would have taken the easy way, he wouldn't be the strong person that he is now. Right. So if we've gone through this storm and this experience of turbulence and distress in any level in our personal life, when we get to the other side of that, and have transformed then our experience. The beauty of the sunrise, right? As we stand in our power to receive like the golden rays of the blessing. I mean, that's just beautiful. Okay, so let's first see here what card number 6, the sunrise portal, talks about. On both sides, okay? It's on both sides. I love that. This is such a duality that it's like the same from dimension to dimension, right? Every sunrise is a portal filled with magic and possibility, much like the miraculous moment when the pristine liquid light of the sun newly appears on the horizon. A beautiful new day is dawning in your life now. Ashe, can we get an ashe on that? Amen and okay. On this new day, you are free to create a fresh life pattern and momentum for yourself. You are free to release yesterday completely and to arise renewed in mind, body, and spirit. Okay, for that triple right there. What do you want to experience in this new day, and what do you want to let go of? What worn out beliefs, habits, and expectations can you leave in the past so that you can step into this day with nothing but the purest intentions and most sparkling self-regard? Today, you can redefine your identity according to your most beautiful vision of yourself, because that is who you are. Do you wish you had dared to dress a certain way, try a hobby or career, or move to another region of the world? While you may have told yourself you just weren't that person, today, in this new day that is dawning for you now, you can see that you not only are that person, but you've always been that person. So you are now free to reinvent yourself as the bold, courageous person you are in truth. The sun is rising on your beautiful spirit, and your heart is shining more and more brightly by the second. The time is right to make a bold move to mark this new day, whether symbolic or literal. For example, you might make a symbolic statement of your renewal by switching up your hairstyle. What? Okay, if you know me, then you know I got this new hairstyle yesterday. I was switching up my hairstyle, right? Okay, at the suggestion of one of my BFFs. But my hairstylist had the vision and I trusted her to do it, and here we are. Okay, so hilarious. Okay, I got to find back where I am. Yes, for example, you might make a symbolic statement of your renewal by switching up your hairstyle, changing your name, or waking up before dawn and reverently watching the sunrise. I'm glad Spirit picked the hairstyle one because I'm not the sunrise one of the group, but I know people on here who are. Okay, so um, a more literal way of moving with this new energy current would be to change careers, share a truth about yourself with friends and family, or embark on a new field of study. The point is not to change for change's sake, but for the sake of letting go of what is no longer serving you so you can finally be your most authentic self. Fully allow this new day to dawn in your life by leaving behind what isn't in alignment with your truth and boldly declaring yourself to be who you've always been. When you do this, you have nothing to fear. While old conditions and relationships may fall away, you will quickly attract new situations and relationships that are far more ideal and resonate much more strongly with who you are. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. This is like a really boosting energy that I'm getting with this beautiful guidance is coming in. It's just really shifted me as I'm even started receiving it as a download early this afternoon. I definitely was feeling the excitement of what we're doing as we walk through this portal. Okay, so we're going to look for the sacred geometry activation. We're going to go for, again, pile number 3, and then let's pick whether we're going to go top or bottom on pile number 3. We've got 2 more to go after this. Top or bottom? All right, we're going to do the bottom. Yes, Gooba Woo is our designated sunrise viewer. She relays any energy that's received at that early time to the later risers of our crew, which would be namely me. So I barely ever see a sunrise, although I will see the glow. But okay, so we are getting ready for pile number 3. And let me get one more shuffle. And the bottom card, when we get to pile number 3, we're working on that trine energy, the grand trine, matter of fact. Oh, crown chakra. Okay, let's light it up. Let's open it up. Feel that column just expand. Bring in the downloads. Let it wash over you and bring down like the highest frequency possible so that you are creating from the divine vision, not the man vision. Let's transform it to the higher frequency. Wow, I love this. The crown chakra is our portal. That's what we're walking through as we reach this higher vibration. Okay, I love this. And that's number 7, which is also one of my divine feminine calling card numbers, the sacred feminine energy, which speaks through the high priestess, and Sophia speaks through the silence, through the intuition, and through the feeling state. So you definitely have to have your crown chakra open to be able to understand and bring in with trust the light-filled frequencies that are going to assist you in manifesting what it is you intend and envision to create. Okay, so the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Okay, how important is that? Let's talk about Saint Germain and the violet flame. All right, so we are transmuting when we're taking that bit of the norm and transforming it, as we talked about summertime time to go. We are breaking from the old and moving and transmuting the negative things that are stressing as we help facilitate the passing over of this storm. So the flower of life is a geometric shape recognized by many cultures all over the planet and consists of 13 equal spirals that intersect at the middle of each circle. And that's also on page 13, which is the number of transformation, the Phoenix, the Scorpio, transition from death to new life. Okay. Transition from one state to the next in the higher frequency. All right. It creates a perfectly proportioned flower. As a symbol, the flower of life represents the universe as a whole, as well as the harmony in which all the separate components of the universe work together. This beautiful pattern is often used to indicate our understanding of our connections as humans and as spiritual beings to the whole. The color violet is associated with the seventh or crown chakra located at the top of the head. It is associated with our personal spiritual connection to the universe and source. Violet has the highest frequency in the visible spectrum of light and is therefore linked to the flame of transmutation, the violet flame, which burns away all negativity and transmutes it into light. Violet is the color of cleansing, purification, magic, mystery, and mysticism. Our sense of empathy and unity are associated with this chakra. Here is an exercise. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath. Now get into the thought and the feeling that you are infinitely connected to the wisdom of the universe. Do you spend time regularly connecting to Source? Do you do some type of meditation? Make time to get out of your mind on a regular basis to expand your awareness. Okay? Get out of your mind. Get out of the norm in order to transform. Okay? We have a friend that I hope she gets to watch this because she is always sun gazing and sitting with her clairvoyant tapped in and her mind open to the higher guidance as like a stream of thought. And she does it all day whenever she gets an opportunity. That just is like her state of letting the divine like wash through her awareness. So I think that's a beautiful place to be. All right. So 1, 2, 3. All right, we're on the last two decks. The Vortexations, your daily dose of empowerment cards. Vortexations are a combination of meditation and vortex energy. They are micro practices of active meditations that you could do anytime, anywhere. Each card will bring you a dose of powerful energy that will ignite an unconditional feeling of contentment. Vortexation aligns you with your inner being, your core spiritual nature, so that you can guide to succeed in all aspects of your life. As you practice vortexation, you will feel more patient, more stable, and be able to stand steady in your own vibration. Okay, this unique card deck will help you in your quest for self-realization and true happiness. Okay, so let's pull together this beautiful vortex. And it's so interesting because you can see they're both pulling in this beautiful solar energy and this polar vortex. So we are going to get our vortexation. And I could tell you that I do not often, I might have read with this deck once or twice. I also got it in Sedona. So we are at some kind of energetic alignment with the Sedona vortex and creating our own portal and transformation and drawing out the old to transmute it as we begin to bring in the new, slightly transformed norm. All right, so let's see here. We're going to go to pile number three, and then we're going to look at the top and the bottom. That's so funny. Gazing came up on the top, and the bottom is wonderful feelings. That is so hilarious. Okay, so our gazing card here says, choose an object to gaze on. It may be a candle flame, a flower, or a spot on the wall. If you want to gaze on this, feel free. Oh, of course, I'm getting a spam call right now. Okay, but so anyway, we are gazing at something, a spot on the wall, a flower. Focus on your breath. Allow thoughts to pass without paying attention to them. Don't force your thoughts to leave. See them the same way you would see passing strangers when sitting on a park bench. Keep a relaxed gaze steadily focused on the object. It's okay to blink when you need to. Complete this meditation by saying, everything is energy. I am one with all energy. Everything is energy. I am one with all energy. This vortexation activates your awareness of vortex energy. So when we activate our awareness that we are creating around us, we have that power as a frequency being to create a vortex around us. I walk around and I choose to be a love vortex everywhere I go, right? I project my field. As the Heart Math Institute says, we have something like 18 to 30 feet influence with our heart around us. So I project unconditional love around me, creating that vortex, taking the vortex and creating a template that influences others. That's why my whole Elevate, Enlighten, Empower is like a ripple effect to go through. So that thing of gazing and what JoJo, our friend, does when she's connecting to the divine and letting it wash into her, she is creating a vortex that is sitting and holding peace and space and true joy at being connected to the divine as a way of life for herself. So we can also transition into feeling and seeing in our gaze the beautiful part of the reality, the transformed version of the reality. It looks different when you step through the matrix, okay? And then so the other card was wonderful feelings. Happy feelings in the air. Okay, happy feelings. Touching people everywhere. Let me see what the lyrics to that are. Okay. Happy feelings. Song, of course, we know that's by Mace featuring Frankie Beverly. In the touching people everywhere, plenty love in everything. Listen to the people sing. Okay, so happy feelings, wonderful feelings in the air, touching people everywhere because we've activated our vortex. We're connected to the divine. We're allowing spirit to transmute the frequencies that we are being willing to shift into the higher vibration. And he says, I've got myself to remind me of love. My mind and my heart I believe in above. These happy feelings, I'll spread them over the world from deep in my soul. I wish you happy feelings. Okay, okay, they're coming through with this beautiful message. I'm really appreciating this for myself. So, wow, I'm bringing happy feelings in through my vortex and sun gazing and connecting. All right. And then the last guidance I have is going to be from the deck called Find Your Happy. Okay. Happy feelings. Okay. Okay. I love being in the vortex of bringing in information. This is going to be timely. Let me get these set up real quick here. Of course, there was a card open on the top that I'll have to bring in here because it's always meaningful if I see it. All right, so we are in the bottom stretch, third pile, going on our 3. And we'll do top and bottom of 3 with the bonus that just was waiting for us. Matter of fact, top and bonus and bonus. So we got 3 viewers right now. So it's beautiful. One more shuffle. How do we find our happy feelings to spread all over the world? We can go see the sunrise and the blessings. All right. And one more. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, I got these on the top of the bottom of the deck, but it is card number 55, which is where we started at 555, and it shifts to 56. Again, that was one was on the top and one was on the bottom. So starting with card number 55, it says, my dreams are the signature to my potential. That is card number 55. So my dreams are the signature to my potential. So we are dreaming into our reality, a bit of a break from the norm, something that's transforming. Like we are not to be holding ourselves back. As some of the other guidance, you can run it back, talks about we can achieve so much more and pure potentiality in our creation and ability. So it says here, your dreams matter, and so do you. You have inspiration that comes to you daily, but you may be ignoring it. Instead of worrying about how or when it can happen, focus on taking clear steps to make it happen. You are in charge of your own life, and the outcome is in your own hands. This is empowering because whatever you think and believe, you can achieve. If you want more abundance, focus on feeling abundant within. If you want to find your soulmate, focus on giving yourself the love you so desire. Everything you want is on its way to you, but it can't come to you if you aren't taking action on your dreams daily. Commit daily to your dreams, for they are signatures to your potential. My dreams matter, and I commit to taking action on them daily. I know that my life gets better through change, and I embrace the new opportunities coming to me because I know they are the direct results of my previous efforts. I'm going to say that again. My dreams matter, and I commit to taking action on them daily. I know that my life gets better through change, and I embrace the new opportunities coming to me because I know they are the direct result of my previous efforts. Question: what is something I have always wanted to do but haven't given myself permission to do? What do we need a permission slip for? All right. And then we had here, I play with the world. I love this. The world is our full potential, and everyone in it, in our actual world, is somebody that we can experience love, joy, and fun with. Okay. I have to take a pause here to share a story. The algorithm served me up this beautiful video. It was a young man playing guitar, and he was playing hey now, don't dream it's over. And it was a cover. His name is Ibarra 2 is his channel. I'll definitely put a link to it in the description. So I'm going to have to also look up the lyrics because there must be a reason that I'm also got to talk about this. But his guitar playing was so beautiful, and he really did a good job covering it. I don't even know where he lived, but the next thing I saw was in the comments, someone was saying that he passed away, and it was just in the last couple of weeks. And I was like, oh no, I just discovered him. And he really put me in the mind of the old YouTube, which was like people just coming on to talk and share, not trying to monetize and perform, but just like connecting. And so I went ahead and subscribed to his channel because I wanted to go back and read some of the things. And he had just released like an original composition. So today in my subscriptions, there was a 18-minute video that was people from around the world playing their tribute to him. And they all took his song, and it was clips of them all playing in their own creative energy, the song, like with their own improvisation, but there was still this continual melody that he had contributed. And the comments were just pouring in. And it was, again, the whole world was playing with this young man who shone his light and lived himself authentically. And in doing so, it was just a bit of a break from the norm. He covered the song. He wasn't necessarily the creator of some of his musics, but he did it in his own way. And he clearly loved what he was doing, and that resonated with people. So that's what we're doing when we are stepping into our creative force, into our connection of the solar divine, and creating from that place together that manifests our dreams. We co-create that with spirit. The world is truly meant to be a joyful playground and experience for everyone, not just a select few. So it says the world is your playground. There are a limitless number of things for you to do and see. This is a reminder to focus on what your heart desires. Do not settle or sit back and wait for things to happen. You are at the forefront of your life, in the driver's seat of your destiny. Think about the things you like to do, not for achievement or success, but simply for the happiness it brings you, and go do that. Create your life by aligning with your truth. Only you know what is right for you. Others may tell you that your dreams are silly. Let go of these limiting beliefs. They will only try to derail you. You have the capacity to live life on your own terms, and it starts with you playing with the world. Explore your heart's desires and have fun in the glorious adventure of life. Have fun in the glorious adventure of life. I love it. So it says, my needs are met and everything is in right order. All I desire is on its way to me. There is nothing left for me to do but play with the world. My needs are met and everything is in right order. All I desire is on its way to me. There's nothing left for me to do but play with the world. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I feel like I'm going to wind up playing that song from the gentleman, but I need to look up the lyrics. Spirit is having me look at Crowded House, Don't Dream. So I feel like it's tied to that other thing about the message of when we transition. Okay. I'm hearing it. When we transition from when the old dies, when there's been a shift, turbulent times, it's like we have to remember that it is not a dimming it in the transition of that. And so, like, it's not over when your experience of this version of perception and life, it's not over. Like that gentleman that I'm speaking about, his energy is still rippling through the collective and will continue to do so, not only in those people who saw him in video, but like the people he knew in real life that knew him just from going to school with him, from being a family member of him. His frequency and his contribution is going to continue beyond, and it's been transformed to something else bigger than him that shows the reality of how we're all connected in this beautiful flower of life. So, but the song that I heard him playing was from one called Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over. And that's from like when I was in high school. So there's freedom within, there's freedom without. Try to catch a deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead. Many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in. They come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Okay, so they'll come to build a wall between us. That is not what we are doing. We are creating a frequency that is different from the norm, which the norm is that of separation, of frequency, of hierarchies, higher and lower, of judgment and ostracizing and seeing ourselves as separate. And what we are doing is we are acknowledging that we are all parts of the whole. We are all part of the one, and that we are all divine and can step into co-create this new shifted reality. So what was interesting is the card that was looking when I came out and opened the deck was on my future with my past. I do not cheat on my future with my past. That's card number 18. That's a 9. That is the end of something. So I do not cheat on my future with my past. That's a good one. To me, especially. We are not going back to bring in a little bit of this and a little bit of that with the old. We are leaving it behind so that we can bring in that new completely. It says, your past decisions may have made you the person you are today. Huh. Isn't that what Goody Mob said? Uh-oh. Okay, here we are back on it. Short circuited out. Goody Mob said that, CeeLo said that he wouldn't trade anything he'd been because if he would, excuse me, would have taken the easy way, he wouldn't be the strong person that he is today. Everything he went through, everything that he was told just ended up being food for his soul. So we are definitely supposed to experience the things that we do, but we don't have to hang on to the negative emotions or guilt that are from choices because this is damaging to our future. Great power comes from making peace with your past decisions and in learning to leave feelings of those decisions in the past. When you learn this, you will truly grow. This card is here to remind you that you have been hanging out emotionally in your past. Perhaps your thoughts have been consumed by how a situation played out, and you feel as though you have made a mistake. Maybe you can't forgive someone from your past, and you spend your energy trying to get resolution from the situation. The longer you stay in the past, the harder it is to move into your future. Forgive your past, and you will welcome new opportunities into your life. I am present in my life. I forgive my past so I can walk into my future. My future is waiting for me with open arms and enthusiasm. I welcome the new phase of my life, release my energetic hold on the past. Okay, before I pull that out, let's first of all talk about how these energies showed up in the cards with the fiery conclusion, a fiery climax, the end of an era, walking into our new future, leaving the past, walking through. All right. I am present in my life. I forgive my past so I can walk into my future. My future is waiting for me with open arms. My future is waiting for me with open arms. We are creating that future. I welcome this new phase of my life and release any energetic holds on the past. Question: how have I been cheating on my future by thinking thoughts about my past? We definitely don't want to be thinking that. We only want the wonderful feelings moving forward. If your past, you had a past that was beautiful, then use that as the juice that makes you go to the next higher. I want above what that was. Like, it was a beautiful past, but I'm not going to dwell in the nostalgic of it, good or bad, because I know that I can evolve even further out of it. So, summertime, time to go. I get it. I'm thankful for the message that came through today. It was something that was waiting that I knew I had to get out. So I appreciate everyone who's joined and tuned in for this. Please share your comments, as you let this marinate. It's definitely a big activation. So that explains also a little bit of how my energies were. And I wanted to invite you back tomorrow because I'm going to have the date night with the Crystal Matchmakers. We're going to have our June date. That's Alka and Mark. Will be live here at 7 p.m. And one of my go things is my time to go is like my channel. I love doing this. And so getting back into the swing of connecting here and having this space has been part of my summertime time to go personally today. So thank you for being part of that. I just wanted to share with you what was kind of holding me down during this session is this beautiful crystal that I got actually from Mark and Alka. And so as I was sitting here bringing in this vortex and this message, this was helping to hold space for me. So thank you, Mark and Alka, and for the crystal spirit that was here helping me bring in such a huge vortex of energy for this now moment. So thank you all, and I will see you again in this space, and namaste.